I wanted to make a brief comment on natural language interfaces and generative AI and some of the limitations I'm seeing. So in using, and I'm not even talking about the fact that LLMs are not artificial general intelligence. We understand that, and
of course,
we can dig in. We can dig into that in a few
I
minutes.
understand that, and I agree.
Just, Just as a user of LLMs for making images and music, what I find is if you take existing generative AI tools and type in a text prompt to generate a passage of music or an image, I mean, you do get interesting stuff. It's cool. It's fast. It tends toward certain cliches, and it's hard to get it out of those cliche directions. What I found more interesting to play with is, so my team and I trained a music model where you can lay down a rhythm track like drums and bass, which you came out with, and then the AI model will come up with chords or melody that goes on top of that. And we've trained a different model where you can give a sketch, like you draw a line drawing, and then the AI will come up with its own full color, various styled image, sort of improvising on your sketch. And what's interesting in playing with these tools, I mean, we're not the only ones doing this sort of thing. I'm just happen to know the tools my own team has built, right? But what's interesting there is the end user is contributing something creatively. They're giving some creative spark in a way that the generative AI is not currently able to do, but the generative AI is then fleshing it out so quickly and complexly in a way that would take people a long time, right? So I think a risk of natural language interfaces using current LLM technology is everything regresses to the mean, because that's kind of what the LLMs do. Like they take what you say and they sort of complete it in line of like some complex weighted average of all their training data, and it is quick and it's quick and efficient to do that.
It sounds good quickly, and the people that don't know any better are happy because they just got something quick for nothing, right?
It is good, right? So, like if you play some notes on the keyboard, it will complete it in the spirit of Mozart or 12-bar blues or something. But what it won't do is complete it in some different way that no one ever did before, right? So there's an interesting direction of technology development to sort of tweak these technologies in a way that is oriented toward allowing human creativity to sort of interoperate with the limited creativity that the AI is able to provide. And what I see is that that's not the direction that big tech companies are bothering to take things in very often.
What's not the direction? What's not the direction? When you say that's not the direction, what specifically do you mean?
Trying to milk creativity out of the user and having the AI sort of improvise on that.
Because what you want is basically a model that would do what you would do if you had the time, right? You want to train it on your stuff.
I don't know that
that's what I want. That's what I would want.
I may want something more. I may want something more interesting than what I would do. Like in an art context, I don't want what I would do because I'm a bad artist. But
there's stuff you don't want that you might be able to filter out.
Well,
so at least you don't have to hear that take. You see what I mean? Like there's a lot of bad takes that I feel like you could train it. I'm asking you, can you, as you generate, you were talking in your other show with Desdemona's Dream about how one of the ways that you're currently using it is to generate, like you're saying, for it to generate melodies to see if it comes up with something that you like.
Well, yeah. So
wouldn't it be good to have a way of filtering out the stuff that you already know you won't like?
Sure, but that's not the most interesting thing to me. That would be helpful to me. Having the AI in music, having the AI emulate what I would do, is not that interesting because I'm already here. And I mean, I could see there's an application to that. Like if that were my profession and there were 100
and you had
TV
to put
shows,
out an album every year, right?
Well, putting out an album every year is fun. I mean that's a feature, not a bug. But if I had,
well, but
if I had 1,000 TV shows that want me to compose soundtracks for them, I just don't have time for it, right? And so yeah, if an AI could make a Ben-like composition for 1,000 TV shows, that's interesting. But what's personally
that's really interesting, right? If you can't afford the person, maybe you can rent out their AI to do your soundtrack. That's fucking cool.
What's personally more interesting to me is having the AI make up something that is inspired by what I played, that is not like what I would play, but also is not like exactly what other people have played before either. I mean that's more interesting to me.